Hi, boys and girls. It's Shane, the landlord, and I just got sued and lost in court, and now I owe $55,000 plus attorney fees, so probably $65,000 by the time it's all said and done. And there will probably be somebody in the comments that's already typing in, "You deserve it, you're a landlord." But I actually got sued by a landlord, so I was the tenant in this situation. And I'm going to tell you some of the details because so many people are asking about it, and I promise to let people know about it after everything resolved. I haven't wanted to talk about this on any lives or anything like that because I didn't want to affect the court case, since attorneys and judges and other people are among my followers. So I love this knot. It's one of my favorite knots. The case comes like this. I and a partner of mine that we were working together to start an office rented a commercial building from someone. The building didn't even have bathrooms in it. It wasn't ready to go. He promised he could get it ready to go in about a month and that it would be no problem. So we agreed and signed a lease with him with a personal guarantee that we would pay if, for whatever reason, we had to break the lease. Mistake number one, I suppose, but we did it. He agreed to have it done within a month, and it was very clear after a couple of weeks that he was not going to have it done anywhere near that. It ended up becoming 4 or 5 months before he had it ready. Even though the lease indicated he would have it done in February, it was May 1st before it was finished. So we had several month delays. That led to us having a lot of additional expenses and ultimately led to the failure of the business. So we had to break the lease because we no longer had a business together. We gave him the keys. He said, sorry things didn't work out. And we were sorry things didn't work out as well, which is why I was very surprised a few months later when we were served papers for a lawsuit. And he was suing us for over $200,000 because he sued us for putting in bathrooms and the things that were necessary to get the space ready to lease to us. He considered that to be a business expense, which I think, or a expense that we cost him, which I think is absurd because the space was empty for years. And right after we left, he was able to release it just a few months later for the first time in 10 years. It was leasable because it had bathrooms and all those things. All that said, we resisted, we argued, we went through depositions, we went through court over the last 2.5 years, and the judge decided in his favor to some degree. He didn't think he was entitled to all the expense recouping for putting in bathrooms and everything else, but he did say we were liable for the lease. So now I owe $55,000. Before I started real estate investing 7 years ago, I would be effed right now. I would have no chance of being able to pay this and would have to go bankrupt. Because I've gone down the road of real estate investing and learning to buy assets, I will survive this. I will be okay. I'm not happy about it. It's not like, yay, this is a great thing, but it's going to work out and it's going to be okay. And it's also important to note that I don't feel bad about taking the risk and failing. Some people would say, well, that should teach you not to do this or not to do that. And there are things that I learned, but it still made sense to take that risk. It still made sense to try that opportunity. And people will often talk to you about all the reasons why you shouldn't do something. This bad thing could happen. You could end up sued. You could end up this. People will come up with a million different reasons why you shouldn't try something. And I just want to let you know, go for it. Like, I'm not that broken up about this situation. I wish it didn't happen, yes, but I'm glad that I've had this experience. And I think most people don't want the lawsuits and stuff like that to happen, but most of us are glad we're going down the road we're going. So don't go down the road of avoiding problems. Avoiding problems is silly. The only people I know with no problems are 6 feet under the ground. The better problems you can get to, the problems that are more substantial, mean that you're succeeding more. The bigger success you have, the bigger problems you will have. And if you pursue problems, if you go after and pursue those problems most people are trying to avoid, I think you'll find that they come with a large reward financially, internally, personally, the way you'll feel proud of yourself for your accomplishments, among many other things. So I guess, yes, I got sued. Those are basic details. I may do a video with more specific details if it seems appropriate at some point, but hopefully that'll answer some of those questions. I don't yet know exactly how we're going to go about paying it back, if I'm going to work out a payment arrangement or what we're going to do with it. We're going to be discussing those details this week, but it's survivable. And if you're facing a difficult thing, you can survive it too. You can get through this, and you can stay positive throughout it.